Mm-hmm. Prez, let's get it. Prez, everything cool? Today would have been my dad's birthday, man. It's gonna be 63. Never got to see me play on his birthday because the season was never that long. Just thinking about how it would have been a nice gift for him. Wow. Man, I mean, I remember you talking about it, what, 5 years ago? I mean, it's all right, man. I think about him all the time, but just thinking about him extra heavy today. Coming from you guys. Anyway, don't want to be a downer, but we'll talk and celebrate after the game. Right now, we should get focused. All right, let's get it. Orange juice. OJ. All right, X.
Yeah.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight out in New York, where the Knicks will be going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And Shaq, we finally reached the last game of the regular season. It has been a wild ride, man, up until now. But let's talk about the playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs is where the real competition starts. The best of the best going head-to-head. Everything. The focus, the intensity is always taking up a notch. That's my French accent.
Why? Why the accent?
Because I want it to sound elegant.
Why the accent, man? Why?
All right, because I'm going to France after the game.
Okay. Good. No, looking for a straight answer. How about you, Jet?
I'll tell you, for some reason, teams that barely squeezed in the playoffs, they're happy to just be here. But for some teams who's competing for the NBA championship, this is it. Season starts today. They're ready to go.
You want to toss it to Kevin Harlan with your accent?
Kevin, back to you wherever you are. I'm on the plane. Eating grapes and French cheese. And French fries, of course.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The last time these two teams met was the New York Knicks, who came away with the W against Philadelphia. An incredible season series, complete domination. They've won all the matchups so far.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it.
Now we'll send it down to David Aldridge, standing by for the sidelines. David?
Well, Brett Brown last season.
Thanks, David. He's paid his dues. He deserves to see it through. And everyone knows that the Knicks have been committed to the triangle offense. Not the easiest offense to run or burn Greg Anthony, but they are staying with it.
And I think for the foreseeable future, that is going to be the plan. I mean, their roster can work with it, but it hasn't been easy thus far. You wonder if the offense has simply fallen out of favor due to the up-tempo nature of the modern NBA.
I'll look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Jahlil Okafor is out there with Saric. Then it's Simmons. And it's Luwawu in at the shooting guard. Here's McConnell, defended by Foster. McConnell kicks to Simmons. Okafor, the pass to Simmons. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Saric. Porzingis with the block. Here's Foster. It's deflected. Here's McConnell. A shot missing. And New York the other way now. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And one thing about Kristaps Porzingis is you know he can overcome adverse adversity. I mean, he was booed heavily on draft day for not being the selection the fans wanted. And you know what? Didn't let it bother him and didn't take it personal. All he did was go out and win over every fan of the New York Knicks imaginable. And he made a few more. Just a spectacular rookie campaign. And I just tell you guys, the sky is the limit for this young man.
Screen by Porzingis, and Foster kicks to Porzingis. That one goes.
Curve assist there. Plays a role in a nice.
That can be a sour taste in a lot of players' mouths, but he understood it, and he just uses it as motivation.
Kevin, give him credit. A lot of players may let that distract them. And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
Well, he sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that. Perez has no problem profiling a little bit that time. I mean, his dunks are insane.
Kano passes to Simmons. To the inside. Stolen by O'Quinn. No one near Prez as he lets it go. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. And Prez looking very calm as he drills that three-pointer.
And he has the confidence to take that shot when he wants. Nice finish to get his team 3 points.
Well, I tell you, when Okafor sees a wide-open teammate, he really zips the ball over to set him up for a clean look at the bucket.
Here's Anthony. An easy layup after coming off the bench. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
No doubt. Hey, way to put the squeeze on him, guys.
Just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
The 76ers trail by 11. On the pass to Okafor. Here's Llewellyn. They set the screen. Back to Okafor. Shot clock at 6. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Superb work from Okafor from the interior. I mean, just a tireless worker wreaking havoc in the paint.
Shot scored by Anthony.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
McConnell kicks to Simmons. From 15 feet away, and it's Foster with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
On the outside, pass to Porzingis. Fires the three. Rebound by the 76ers. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
That was one that just got out of control for them. And when the lead got big, it almost seemed as if they just mailed it in.
Yeah, it appeared to me as well that they kind of gave in. And I understand it's hard to try to come back, but you got to show more fight than they did.
And head coach Brett Brown last season receiving a 4-year extension from the Sixers. Despite that, an office turnover put his job in question.
Yeah, and I think a lot of coaches around the league are very protective of Brett Brown because they saw what he was going into and knew it was going to take a while. He's presided over such a drastic rebuild. I think he deserves to have the chance to see it through so he can maybe reap some of the fruit of the sacrifice that he's made and the franchise has made and the way they tried to build the team.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Kicks to Simmons. Porzingis against Noel. There's a screen. The 11-footer, but on the bucket. 9 points for Jahlil Okafor.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Prez with the ball. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto. This is it to Porzingis. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, in the film session, they'll say that was a well-challenged shot.
It's stolen by Fred. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Henderson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Shoot two. First one falls for him. When you watch Porzingis play out there on the floor, he is just pure excitement on either end of the floor. You have to expect the unexpected. And watch Greg for big plays because he has been delivering.
He comes up with what I call momentum plays more often than not. The pitching for the huge putback dunk or the block. His style of play is why he became so popular so quickly.
Henderson, and it connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him. Well, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
Great job. Love the energy, fellas. We really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused.
Look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. Second, the Knicks.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here.
You could tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
The 76ers trail by 13. And here is Bayless. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Shot clock at 3.
And what you like there is Young's energy, willing himself to get into the peripheral of the shooter.
Here's Foster. Good on the three-point shot. Foster's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Knicks.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
There's a screen by Noel. Out the dish to Covington. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
The feed to Foster. New York moving it around. Anthony dishes to Foster. Looking for Anthony. He gets it in. And it's Anthony with the jam.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Now here's Bayless. Defended by Foster. Okafor. And he connects in the jumper. The screen did the trick. Okafor's got 11 points.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Here's Bayless. And a foul. Total the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, I think veteran leadership traits that Bayless exudes, really the reason he's so highly revered around the league. Somebody that this team looks to both on and off the court.
They set the pick. Dishes to Booker. To the inside. Deflects the pass. Now Bayless. To the wing on the left. And here's Covington from the arc. And it's Foster with the rebound. The Knicks leading by 11. Outside Anthony. Three-pointer. Robinson drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
There's a wide open man. Prez finds it.
Here's Bayless. He dishes it to Okafor. Can't hit from in close. And a double-digit lead. And catching up with Porzingis.
definitely wasn't a good feeling when you get booed at the job.
Yeah, Knicks fans really gave it to Brazil. There's a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And some changes here for the 76ers. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Simmons and Okafor together down low. And it's Jared Davis and it's McConnell in at the point. Talking with legends here, guys. Look at some outstanding seasons, decades apart. Averaging a triple-double in each game over the course of an entire NBA season. Oscar Robertson's 1961-62 season was something to marvel at. And now, in our current era, a special player making his own mark on the NBA with the tremendous play he's been showing us all season long.
And that's still one of the most hallowed achievements in NBA history. I mean, we're talking about the Big O averaging a triple-double over the course of an entire season. I mean, to think we have another player with a shot to do that, it really speaks to the one-of-a-kind season he's having. This is the stuff of legends.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Raptors put on a show. He had 55 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Okay, Dave, thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really...
Way to work, gentlemen. Let's go now. Hustle up. Hey, we're in great shape, fellas.
And a member from Australia, many feel that he could be the player that vaults Australia into a powerhouse on the international level. A lot of hopes being placed on the shoulders of Simmons.
Yeah, fellow Australian Andrew Bogut said that Simmons will most likely be the best Australian player ever in just a short time. I mean, his game translates well in international ball, has the frame and playmaking ability to just carry a team.
And Bayless kicks to Okafor. Back to Bayless. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, he's on the money.
And those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Now here's Okafor. He's coming off a 16-point game against Indiana.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game. Really like watching Simmons go to work down low with his length and strength. There aren't many guys that can keep up with him.
Young outside. Down low. And it's Foster finishing it off.
Nice there. Getting to reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Taken away by Anthony. Oh, and here comes Young all alone.
Yeah, I just love the intensity like that. Especially when he's taking it strong to the rack to earn these calls.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying.
Oh!
Hey, hey, hey! Ooh, ooh, wow!
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he's
Anthony loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Anthony's got 19 points.
Didn't have any problems knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Simmons with it. 6 points for him. That's to Luwawu. 5 on the clock. He kicks it to Noel. And it's Foster with the rebound. The Knicks lead by 22. Feeds it to Booker. New York moving it around. Anthony in the corner and stolen by Noel. And here is Bayless. He feeds it to Okafor. Good D by Booker. No good that time. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Knicks running away with it. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, you've done a great job of moving the ball around as well as scoring. What's been the key?
I wouldn't say there's a key to it, really, man. That's just the way it unfolded. I'm waiting for the defense to adjust, but if they keep letting me, step up and make plays, then that's what I'm going to keep doing.
Take what they give you, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Good work, guys. Bring it in. Have a seat. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels, and now they're playing like they're desperate. Now stay focused, guys. Let's win this game and go home.
Welcome back to New York City with all its buses and cars, cabs, people, all the hustle and bustle. This is truly the city that never sleeps. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him, for those of you that are into analytics. That stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Knicks, Melo and Porzingis, the two stars at the forward spots. Foster is out there with Young, and it's O'Quinn in at the 5 spot. And Porzingis, here we go. No dice from 9 feet out.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And there's the pass to McConnell. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Okafor. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
No good from Simmons.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
The Sixers had one of the worst records in NBA history last season, but not the worst. That record is held by the Sixers, who managed just 9 wins back in 72-73.
The Knicks have been coming through at the charities. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Robert Covington comes in for Simmons, and it's Henderson for Luwawu. McConnell passes to Henderson. Right at the free throw line. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Henderson's got his second bucket. It was rumored that other NBA owners lobbied the league's front office to intervene and change the direction of the Sixers last season.
Very interesting, but you think they'd be happy to take that easy win on the schedule, but in the end, I think economics were at play here. Ticket sales. Hey, let's go.
Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
The rest of the team.
And really, what a season. When you look at the volume of three-pointers between Prez and Justice, you can't help but think of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I mean, OJ is the newest version of the Splash Brothers, except, with a little extra dose of vitamin C.
Pass to McConnell. And that one's good by Henderson. Henderson's got 6.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
You know, it's been a long time coming to be able to say this, but I'm starting to sense some hope and optimism with this Knicks basketball team. I mean, they're in a good spot financially. They're going to have flexibility in terms of filling out that roster. And then you've got a core of young talent that is exciting the fan base in which you can build around.
For 3, Covington. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
That one's not going to go. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's McConnell, defended by Foster. Now Henderson. He's got 6. Covington with the bucket.
Man, nice perimeter shooting by Robert Covington. Just has such a really aesthetically pleasing release on those long ball attempts.
Beyond the arc. Hands it from downtown. Covington's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
There's the pick. And Foster kicks to Anthony. Rebounded by Covington.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Well, if you believe that a point guard's defense is just as important as his offense, then these guys have been outstanding lately. The point guard steal leaders for the past 10 games. Prez, number 1.
And despite the offensive responsibilities that come with being a point guard, I think he may enjoy the defensive aspect of the game even more.
Well, he should enjoy it as good as he is as a defender. I mean, if he's on you, you can't relax at all. There's opposing point guards. Nightmare activity, energy are just too much for some guys to deal with.
And guys, it doesn't matter who you're rooting for. You've got to appreciate a reverse jam like that.
Greg, those kinds of dunks are how reputations are built.
Yes.
Well, his reputation is already pretty good. I think he just enhanced it right there.
Screen by Young. Inside. Up off the screen. An explosive finish there from Young.
And he might not do it too often, but Young can get some good lift if he has a path to the rim.
Rose is checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And the 76ers also making a change. Rodriguez is checked in. The kick out to Young. Great score there coming from some smart passing by Orange Juice.
And Prez knew what Young was thinking, and boy, was the setup perfect.
76ers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Kicks to Saric. Passes it to Henderson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Henderson's got 6 in the quarter.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Right, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Oh.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique.
On the corner. Kept alive. Here's Saric. Nice tee from Porzingis. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level. And how about the precision there of Prez, keeping his balance and getting the shot off despite the obvious contact.
And the 76ers with some changes. Noel comes in for Saric, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Gerald Henderson.
From the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better.
Still Quinn, just 4 to shoot. Got it from 16 feet. Quinn's got 6.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And here's Covington from the arc. Rodriguez passes to Okafor.
A moment here to check out some numbers for Prez.
An amazing run for him the second half of the season. Averaging 41 points, 15 assists, and almost 5.5 steals. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
Defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed. That's why he's the team's leading scorer.
The Knicks making a switch here. Booker's checked in.
Tell you, when it comes to low post scoring, Okafor is a legitimate beast inside. A player with a lot of upside.
So we know Nerlens Noel is a work in progress offensively. What mold guys do you think he should try to fill offensively?
Well, I like his athleticism, as does everybody, so I'd like to see him rolling to the rim and getting out in transition. I think he'd be most effective there. He's also shown some flashes of being effective working in the high post area as a face-up guy, so somewhat in the Tyson Chandler mode is how I see him going forward.
And there is one.
Not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And there's the feed to Covington. Noel, a screen on Young. Covington with the bucket.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Lost up his business. Back to Rose. He tries for three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Rodriguez. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. There's a screen. Okafor kicks to Noel. And here's Covington from the arc. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. A different look for New York. Justin Holiday. And then for New York, Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Booker. Young comes in for Brandon Jennings. And Foster subbed in for Rose. Then for the 76ers, Okafor is checked in for Robert Covington. Henderson comes in for Jared Bayless. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Rodriguez. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Inside, it's the lengthy pair of Noel and Okafor. Then it's Simmons. Then it's Henderson. And it's McConnell in at the one. There's a screen by Noel. Okafor with a screen on Holiday. Now here's Simmons, guarded by Holiday. And the 76ers get it back. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Okafor, the pass to McConnell. Nails the baby hook.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Young dishes to Foster. Screen by Young. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The 76ers with some changes. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel, and it's Jeremy Grant in for Simmons. McConnell kicks to Holmes. Back to McConnell. He's looking for Okafor and finds him.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's his third foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Out to the right wing, and Holiday gets to Young. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds for the Knicks as New York retains possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a three yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Here's McConnell. Buries it from three-point range. For New York, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Knicks.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Rodriguez is checked in for Philadelphia. New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Young outside to the right side. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. Rodriguez against Foster. Pocket 6. On deep. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
That's me. That's me. That one's on me.
Philadelphia's gotten the 3-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Dishes to Henderson. Outside for Rodriguez. Latrey. They grab their own miss. Holmes. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And that puts back about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Bayless is checked in. Foster passes to Young. Oh, and the cut by Young.
Flush there. Just a masterful dunk.
Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 14-5 run. Holmes kicks to Bayless. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
The Knicks have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Taken away by Rodriguez. Rejected by Foster.
You gotta respect the D. Perez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
Down low, here's Kuzminskis, and he banks in the layup.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they really had their number today.
Far too much penetration allowed, Greg, and that's really been the theme of the song so far here.
Holmes kicks to Grant. Grant with a screen on tops. Here's Henderson. Off the left rim and out.
Well, the pick with that weak screen, I use that term loosely. He had nothing to spring him open. It was ineffective.
Foster against Rodriguez. Holiday sets the pick for Perez. And Holiday throws it down.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Now here's Henderson. A shot, no good. 1:19 left in the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Knicks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
Greg, we don't see conference opponents get swept very often, so this has been total domination.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Perez. There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double.
They set the pick. Covington inside the line. The 76ers with another miss. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Inside. Thomas, that's good.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown. Finishing strong.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Holiday. Frez with the ball. Baseline jumper. No good. So no problem for New York as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme
It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Hey, another triple-double for you. How many more of these are we going to see from you this year?
Yo, man, honestly, however many games you got left on the schedule, that's your answer right there. Look, man, I might even get 2 triple-doubles in the game, all right? Because, actually, I don't even know if that's possible. But if it is, man, we're going to do it, all right? Because, yeah, and you know what? We'll call that a double, triple-double. Patent pending, y'all.
So, a sextuple-double.
Exactly.
Yeah, education.
Write it down, y'all.
Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. It is time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Frez. Boy, I don't know what his coach said to him at the half, but he came out of the tunnel firing. Awesome scoring display in the third quarter.
You want to talk about domination? You want to talk about domination? This is it tonight. The combination of talent, competitive spirit was unmatched tonight. Adjustments were made by the other side, but when they made them, he adjusted right back.
Oh boy, he has the arena rocking the night with the show he put on. That's one of the best performances I've seen from him. Something just clicked. I don't know what it was. It just all came together.
And that's going to do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest. What a journey it has been. Yeah, it really has been quite the journey. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, weary travelers, I'm Ernie Johnson. We're getting set for the playoffs. I hope you are too. We'll see you soon.